กำลังอยู่ที่ Thousand Island นี่จะมีอยู่ประมาณ1,000 กว่าเกาะนะคะก็จะเป็นสถานที่ที่คนรวยซื้อเพื่อมาเป็นที่พักกลางอากาศค่ะสวยมากนี่มีปราสาทด้วยข้างหลังเลยมาแล้วก็มีเห็นเขาบอกว่าก็มีเจ้าของเมซี่เป็นที่พักกลางอากาศซัมเมอร์ค่ะแต่ถ้าช่วงวินเทอร์ที่นี่ก็ไม่มีใครอยู่แล้วเพราะว่าเขาจะมีสโนว์หนักมากแม้กระทั่งดาวน์ทาวน์ตอนนี้ก็ไม่มีคนอยู่
Those who could, they bought an island and built on it what they called a cottage. But as we go by these so-called cottages today, you might notice that they're rather large. And even hear me mention they contain anywhere from 20 to 30 rooms apiece, which makes a mansion. Many of them are still standing, but some have been destroyed over the years. A big reason was fire. When the stock market crashed in 1929, some millionaires simply burnt down their summer homes, hoping to collect the insurance, while others tore them down for salvage. It has been proven island fires are difficult to extinguish due to location. By the time the local volunteers are told of an island fire, they make it to the fireboat now to help you. It's a lost cause. There's nothing left to save, but in town our proud volunteer fire department will tell you they've never lost a stone foundation to fire. And over the years they've also nicknamed our fireboats names like No Hope and Long Gone. We now have Cherry Island coming up on our left-hand side, and our first mansion, the green one called Twin Pines Treehouse on our left. At one time, two of these homes stood side by side. They were built by Abraham and Nathan Strauss, co-founders of the Abraham and Strauss department stores of Brooklyn, which in the 90s were purchased out by the Strausses' other major department store, Macy's. Unfortunately, Abraham passed away fishing on the river in 1911 from a heart attack. 6 months later, Nathan lost his brother Isidore to the Titanic, was heartbroken, abandoned the properties. In the 50s, the second home was torn down to save the one that still stands. Now, the White House is Casablanca, which means White House. Created by Louis Marx, a Cuban sugar plantation owner, he built it as we see it from a smaller cottage for his daughter's wedding and furnished it for the event as well. And to this day, it still contains almost all of those original steamboat era furnishings. There's a beautiful stone seawall with 2 gargoyles, 2 griffins, and a stone lion. They say in town they were placed on the wall during Prohibition, tongues painted red, sticking north toward Canada, and that they were meant to ward off evil spirits of rum, whiskey, and gin being bootlegged or crossed from Canada to the U.S. And this is Winley Lodge on our left. This was actually the last mansion built on Millionaires Row prior to World War I. The current owner, Don Hasseltine, bought it back in 1980, for $750,000, but bought the entire portion of this island with that boathouse. Did not care for the boathouse, turned around, sold it the next year for $750,000, so got his mansion for nothing. Smart man, made most of his money as an executive for a company that made bread bags and twist ties. Guess it's safe to say there's a lot of dough in bread bags. Now, finally, for something on the right-hand side of the boat, for those of you over on the right, a rocky island with nothing on it. Thank me later. But at the base, you'll see an opening, a cave, rumored to be the hideout of our notorious river pirate, Bill Johnston. He and his daughter, Kate, sank a British mail steamer called the Sir Robert Peel during the Patriots' War of 1837-1838. Wanted by both U.S. and British authorities for the crime, they hid out for an entire summer. Kate went on a supply run when friends of her spotted her and did what any good friends would do when they needed money, turned her in for the reward. Filed back to camp, she and her father were arrested, tried, and found guilty of breaking the U.S.'s neutrality laws. Sentenced to life in prison, they served a year of peace when President Harrison released them with a conditional pardon, requiring the Johnstons to serve the rest of their life as lighthouse keepers overlooking the site where they sank the ship. And that was 5 miles ahead of us in Fisher's Landing, New York.
Wow. มีเรือเข้ามาในนี้ด้วย ไม่มีลมจะดีมากตอนนี้ฉันแข็ง
That is a large ship you see off